Source for Sports. We know our stuff. We're talking soccer, and I'm with Mike Vonella.
How are you?
Very good. Yourself?
Good. Very
well,
well.
we talk a name, Umbro. I got to tell you, I played hockey in Europe and had the opportunity to see that name everywhere. Didn't really understand what it was, but when I got back to Canada, surprisingly, I was sent one of the shirts, and I absolutely love it. So, great quality product. Tell us a little bit about not only the soccer shoe, but about Umbro.
It is. Umbro obviously stands for soccer. We cross no categories. We just cross one category, and that's soccer, football, as you know. And what we know and what we can recognize, much like all the other brands, the staple is the brand logo. And the first thing that I point out here is good brand identification with the double diamond over the lateral side of the foot towards the toe. The key here, we've got 3 different silos that we've introduced really into the line for spring 2011. One being the Speciale, 2 being the GT Pro that you'll see as you come to our booth, and the third, which I think is the most compelling, is the Stealth line that you have in your hand right here. And what we've done is we've done a good, better, best selection as well. That way it can feed to that particular type of consumer, whether it's a high-end player who plays a little more than recreational, if you will, and then right down to the recreational or house league player and that price point. But with that comes a variety of different benefits and features from the shoe. So the one I have in my hand is a full kangaroo leather upper. The collar here, as you can see, that's called out in orange, is a synthetic collar, sort of a synthetic heel counter. It's called TPU heel counter. It allows a little more rigidity around the heel, a little more stability as well. Again, like I said, kangaroo all the way through the upper body of the shoe. Underneath, if you feel underneath there, it's not going to be on that one, and I'll explain why. It's actually a pour-on pad. So pour-on is a memory foam, if you will. So much like hockey and all those combative sports, soccer, believe it or not, you get a little bit of rough stuff going on. So what happens is you take some spikes over the top of the foot. That pour-on memory foam is gonna protect you against any further damage that it might cause. Not only that, that pour-on you'll also feel, not necessarily see. You might see under the underbody, but that memory foam comes through the EVA, just under the EVA sock liner. So it's right along the back, the whole back bottom of the shoe is that pour-on memory foam. Again, for you go in the air, for head balls, come down a little softer. Any wear and tear, especially with turf pitches nowadays, it's a little more softer on the bottom of the heel and the bottom of the foot.
Also helps the knees then, not transfers all the way.
Exactly that, and again, it's softer on the feet from the bottom end. Now, what you'll notice here is traditionally Umbro in our whole line has a conical stud configuration. Conical studs meaning the round stud, versus some of the blades. But what you'll notice here is a pseudo conical stud on this particular one. So it's got a little bit of a blade, a little bit of a conical stud configuration, easier to turn, easier to maneuver, and then over the back you got a little bit of a blade configuration. And the reason for that is better grip, and for the quick guys like yourself, you can get off the pitch a little bit quicker.
So
it's a little bit faster boot, that you will. Obviously an aggressive color story, a real nice, bright retail appeal to it as well. So not only that, and the last thing that you're looking for in a shoe is obviously value, construction, but comfortability. I mean, this pound for pound is probably going to be one of the best valued boots at the top end level that you're going to find. And so what we've done now is we've done a good, better, best. So now at your $100 price point, we've done a full grain leather now with the synthetic back. And what happens is you just obviously start to detune the nooks and crannies of the actual boot. So now it's not that carbon fiber shank that you're used to on the top end. It's more of a TPU. You still got those blades kicking over the front and over the back, but the pour-on is missing as well. But again, for the value, full value at a full-bodied leather at 100, you're not too bad. We've also netted that for you guys at SDC. And then finally, you have your synthetic boot, which is fully synthetic TPU, EVA sock liner, synthetic at a relatively great opening price point startup. So you got them for all categories of player there, but for the most part, my bang for the buck is in the top end. If you can just try it out, sell it, get somebody, one of your constituents on it, and having them wear it and feel it out for the first time, and they won't be disappointed, that's for sure.
I'll tell you what, the transfer of information that you just given me obviously is very supportive to the
Repeat that, by the way.
transfer of information. Taking what you've just explained to me and bringing it to the store is very important. That's why Source for Sports has the ability to say, we know our stuff, because you're taking that knowledge and giving it to their staff, which is, I think, also important. But for a consumer now, I'm a mother or a mother or father, and my young boy or girl wants to play. What do they look at in that first-time boot?
In a first-time boot, as a first-time, how young are we talking?
Let's
We're talking
say
entry level.
entry level,
right?
just
I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna. I don't think you want to sacrifice comfortability.
Right.
I mean, even at a young age, I think you want to be in something that's comfortable, that feels good. But again, also with the growth spurts that we have these days, and well, we have these days through the years, especially at the early age. First, figure out if the child likes the sport,
Right.
wants to play in the sport. So
Right.
my suggestion is obviously to cover off that opening price point. Get them in a pair of boots, let them kick a ball around, and get the knowledge of the game, and see if he or she actually likes the game.
Yep.
And then as the years go on, really it's about now performance. Not only price. And so you can't really sacrifice performance and comfortability and value for price. So the more, I guess, the scale of the child and as they grow, the better boot that they should be wearing. And I know I'm going on, but I
No,
can tell you, I played my whole life, and I started probably at Umbro, I'd say 3 years ago now. And I was the guy who wore all the hand-me-downs, right? You know, synthetics. You know, I wanted to get out there and just wear a boot.
Yep.
I'll tell you the difference of finally wearing, and I played a decent standard, nothing,
Yep.
not hockey in Europe, but soccer in
Yep,
Canada was still a
absolutely.
decent standard. And I'll tell you, the day I first started with Umbro, I said, I got to get myself a pair of leather boots. I need to figure out, what the fuss is about. And between this and our specialty line, I don't think you're going to find a more comfortable line of boots than what we have available. It's a matter of getting the STC people buying into it and understanding that not only do we bring a quality product to the table, but we bring the level of service that really helps you guys
Absolutely.
go out there to your constituents and sell our product. So we're hoping that carries through. So that's a long answer. to
No,
your
that was
question.
fantastic. Listen, I'll tell you what, it's all about educating, and it's very important for all of us to understand the importance of quality. Now, final question, of course, today in Toronto, where soccer has really taken a new form with the TFC, how has that impacted all of Canada as far as people getting involved in the sport and also having their children participate in the sport?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, at the end of the day, you being a hockey player and knowing what hockey means to this country, little do people know that, as a matter of fact, soccer is probably got the most registrants and participating players
Right.
at the youth and recreational level than any sport in Canada. That doesn't mean that it's obviously as impactful as hockey is, but it's growing. At the end of the day, when I started, 20 years ago, and previous to that, when my father came to the country and played the game, it continued to grow, and now you see it in the evolution of TFC. You see it in the evolution of obviously the excitement and the fervor of the World Cup. So it's a sport that's growing. Is it where I think we need it to be? I think as an association, as a Canadian association, and as a provincial association, we need to align our goals and recognize that this is a great sport. It's a fantastic sport, and it offers quite a lot to young children. But there still needs to be that push from the parents, from obviously the acceptance of throughout the media, even for that matter, that will allow this sport to grow even further to its potential.
Well, I'll tell you what, with companies like yourself and people as passionate as you are about soccer, there's no question that's got a good future. Okay, in closing then, the opportunity for a parent to go into a Source for Sports and get the same kind of information that you've just given to me and understand the boot, can they go online and look at any other components of Umbro?
Yeah, I mean, you can visit umbro.com. There's no question you can surf the web on that. We actually have a very cool, innovative website that we've launched over the last year that's really informative, gives you sort of an underpinning of what we are as a brand and where we're going as a brand, from a footwear perspective even to outwards to a lifestyle perspective as we continue to grow and create different levels of product out there. But from an STC point of view, We answer the bell at any given time, and you can probably ask any of your constituents that know our company and know what we stand for. So if they don't have the information, we're a phone call away or an email away. That can definitely get them that answer as quick as you can. I don't know what the analogy. Yeah, in this day and age.
Well,
sure.
Mike, thank you very
Thanks so
much for taking
Appreciate
some
it.
time out. You're watching Source TV right here, Source for Sports. We know our stuff.